In a kingdom gilded with sun and splendor lived Princess Aurelia. She had everything a heart could desire, gold spun from moonlight, jewels that mirrored the stars, and gardens that bloomed year-round. Yet her heart remained a cold, unyielding stone. For her 18th birthday, she made a demand that silenced the entire court. "I want the softest thing in the world, and I shall marry the one who brings it to me." Princes and nobles from every corner of the globe flocked to the castle, their hands filled with treasures. One brought a pillow stuffed with the down of 1,000 swans. "Too coarse," she declared, tossing it aside. Another presented a blanket woven from the silk of a rare moth. "It scratches," she scoffed. A third offered the petals of the legendary moon lotus, so delicate they dissolved at the slightest touch. Aurelia merely yawned. The pile of rejected gifts grew into a monument of her own discontent. The king and queen despaired, for their daughter's heart seemed as unreachable as the moon itself. Days turned into weeks. The hopeful suitors dwindled, leaving only disappointment in their wake. One dusty afternoon, a poor traveler, with shoes worn thin and a cloak patched with memories, arrived at the castle gates. He held no chest of riches, no rare artifacts. In his outstretched hand lay a single, simple dove's feather, shimmering with a pearly white glow. The guards laughed, but something in the traveler's calm gaze made them let him pass. He stood before Princess Aurelia, who looked at the humble offering with disdain. "Is this a joke?" she sneered. "Have you come to mock me with this bit of fluff?" The traveler smiled gently. "Princess," he said, his voice as calm as a quiet stream, "true softness cannot be found in silks or feathers alone." Aurelia, intrigued despite herself, took the feather. It was soft, yes, but no softer than the swan's down she had rejected. She was about to cast it away when the traveler spoke again. "Hold it close," he advised, "and seek not with your hands, but with your heart. When you understand, its true nature will be revealed." Confused and a little annoyed, Aurelia kept the feather. That evening, she heard a faint sob from the servants' quarters. Peeking in, she saw a young kitchen maid crying over a broken plate, terrified of the head cook's wrath. For the first time, Aurelia felt a pang of something other than boredom. As she stepped inside, took the blame for the plate, and paid for it from her own allowance. As she walked away, the feather in her pocket felt strangely warm. The next day, she saw an old gardener struggling to lift a heavy pot of flowers. Instead of commanding him to hurry, she helped him, her silk dress getting smudged with dirt. The feather tingled with a gentle light. She began to notice the world outside her palace walls, the hungry children in the village, the weary soldiers at the gate, the lonely elders in their homes. She used her allowance to buy bread for the poor, her time to read to the sick, and her voice to offer words of comfort. With every act of kindness, every moment of genuine empathy, the simple dove's feather in her hand grew warmer and brighter. One morning, she awoke to find the feather had transformed. It was no longer a simple feather, but a magnificent crown of shimmering gold, intricately shaped like a wreath of dove's wings, yet feeling as light and soft as a whisper. She raced through the castle, not to show off her new treasure, but to find the traveler. He was waiting by the gate, ready to depart. "You see, Princess," he said with the same kind smile, "the softest thing in the world was never an object to be owned. It was the kindness waiting inside your own heart." Aurelia finally understood. The crown was not a prize. It was a reflection of the person she had become. She had found the softest thing in the world, and in doing so, had found herself.